Okay, so today I'm gonna give like Zenazari one more chance, because even though we played it a little bit last month, it kind of got overshadowed by my attempts to play Explore Ungoro, just because of the Ungoro twist, whatever format. So here we could just do it in Wild, and we'll see what the new twist mode even is. I never really look ahead or anything, so I don't even know. Some of them have been negligible, but I like that one thing where it gave me like 40 packs or something, just randomly, like, oh, a catch-up pack. Like Reno Jackson or something, it gave me like some crazy thing, just randomly for logging in. But as if that makes me want to play in the meta at all. It makes me just want to disenchant all that shit and just make something, you know, gimmicky again. So I should go through and use, like, you know, that's almost what I was saying. I should use Whizbang. Since the new expansion just came out, I should use Whizbang and just use all the new decks that would come with that, you know, without even knowing what they are or what the meta is or anything. But that would be fun, because to me that's sort of fresh and new. You might say, oh, those are just stale decks, but like, it just fucking came out, so how is it already stale? But this is how people think. Everything in multiplayer games moves so fast, right? There's always these no-life people who are playing it all day, every day, and trying to metagame, and that's part of the fun, too. I'm not going to hold that against the game to say, you know, oh, it's bad because I don't have that kind of time anymore, but... Or it's not even that I don't have that kind of time, it's that I wouldn't want to put that much time, you know, into just one thing. But no, this month I'm not sure what I'm necessarily going to do. And so what I want to do is... let's first of all see what this even is. Wait, it's still Ungoro though. How can that be? What? Return to Ungoro. What the fuck do you mean, dude? We never left. We were there last month. What? What, they just extend that for another month? Well, I don't really give a shit about that then. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I want to play... Well, I guess we'll do... Fuck. We'll still give Yogg another chance then, but I was making a big deal about it because... What do you mean, dude? At least everything's giving me, like, fulfilling my dinosaur fetish. 3 days out of 7 of my schedule now involve dinosaurs. We have Ungoro in this. We have Ark Survival Evolved on Thursday. And then we have fucking the new Caverns of Ixalan, or however you say it, in Magic the Gathering, which is dinosaur-based. And you know how much I love dinosaurs in that game because they're obviously so well statted and kind of suit with my whole thing. So we still can't do... I'm so confused how that happened. So they just didn't... When Dinosaurs Roamed is back with some new updates and has joined the other sets in the Wonders format. So they just kind of copped out and were lazy and said, fuck it, let's just do it again. So I guess I'll do the same thing. We didn't get the most satisfying send-off for it. But no, I mean, we'll still be pretty harsh on it in terms of... should I do Whizbang? Maybe I'll do it next time. We'll give this one more shot just because. We get Yogg, which is kind of cute. We'll kind of still give these two decks another shot. Like, whichever one wins. Or if we lose with both, we'll give them only one shot each. How about that? If we lose with this one, we're done with it for the day. If we lose with the... I should almost do that every time, but then it takes too much effort to switch between all these decks. Right, we can just wait there, and then the whole fun of this is you just get Explore and Go early, you spam it every turn, you know, you use it, and then you get to fucking... You get to use Yogg based on that. Which could work, but the card draw is still very important of what we're going to get here. And of course, the other deck's interaction is just based around Lord Thamar plus... Lord Thamar plus something else. I can't even remember now. Oh, the fucking Zenazari thing. Like, I should do this, but I'm in kind of an awkward spot with it, too. Or like, we discovered Yogg from it, too. Right, so we play Yogg, then we end up getting another Explore and Goro thing, and then we do it again. We get a Yogg from Explore and Goro. Choose your path. I'm just gonna lose though before I get to do anything fun and interactive, but I guess it's kind of what I deserve because this is such a shitty deck. We could have Brawl available. In fact, I don't really mind that because what's going to happen is even if you get the little Harvest Golem thing, it's not that big of a deal. But that is still a little bit annoying. So Cleave could be okay here. We gotta hope we get something decent from this. For each enemy minion, restore 2 health. Problem is I can't do those two together. Destroy a beast. That worked out pretty perfectly, but I'm still in a pretty bad spot. It's just so hard to survive because what you're getting from exploring Goro is not going to be necessarily enough to save you. Such a good excuse to use this deck though, and I literally was using it anyway before I even knew last month that that was going to be the format. Have to get lucky and get some heal out of it, I guess. We can easily kill that, or I guess now I can't. Add a random legendary minion to your hand. I could do this, but it's not going to do me much good. 8, 9, 10. I have 15. Hopefully he can't finish me off. Yeah, that's showing you how few games I guess I'm winning in a season, although that's kind of hard to believe that I was still like bronze rank 8 or bronze rank 9. Of course, I'm only playing but so many games, period. If you only play this like an hour a week, you're only getting in like maybe 3 games sometimes because they can take a certain amount of time. And my intros are so long, so it's not like I'm doing too much with them, but I want to get to the point where I can see Yogg, but it's very hard to do that. You are holding a dragon, and you could do 5 damage.
I wield the power of black wind.
You can hit me for 6. Hopefully you can't finish me off, which being a warrior, your best shot of doing that would be a weapon, actually. In before he fucking mortal strikes or something stupid. Just a car in 2023. I mean, that's cool, but we won't get to the point where we can actually do anything with this. If you can do that, then you just win. If you can just kill that. That's all I want to do is I just want to see the Yogg interaction per se.
Welcome to the Grand Tournament, champion.
It doesn't even mean you'll win. It doesn't even mean it'll be that good, right? It just means you have to get it. We'd have a taunt from this, but that could be kind of counterproductive. We'd also put a taunt on with that other thing. Whenever you cast a spell, add a random pre-spell to your hand. These are the kind of interactions that we really live for here. Holy shit, dude. You ask and you receive. Heal into another heal into another heal. The problem is you're about to kill it. I could have taken the chance in trying to taunt that, but it's not really worth it because, you know, you're just gonna have to try to stay alive now. At least I will get to do Yogg now, and I have to hope that that'll save me, or I could stall out another turn. I could do the Brewmasters too to keep flipping Yogg. Well, but see, you can't really guarantee you're gonna be able to do that right away. With Terrassian, you could obviously try to get it to the point where you could do that, like that plus a 2-cost Brewmaster or something.
The gates are open.
I think I've legitimately hung on. I don't think he's even trolling me or anything, but this is what I mean. If you win this game now, that would be incredible. I could either do it or I could wait. At least he gets rid of his Reno effect, but I'm not sure how relevant that really would have been either. So now we get Yogg here. Maybe that heal wasn't the best idea because he can probably deal with it pretty easily. Ooh, that was good. Now Yogg legitimately has to save me. I can still play a couple more of these just to freeze a character, get another card, do it again. The fact that it costs 0 is really what makes this fun, because it would have been even worse basically before. You have to hope that that clears the board, which it often does. I mean, even that's fine. That could have been better if it had obviously hit the right one. But yeah, it's so good at... Oh, shit. It's so good at doing that. Oh, fuck. And clearing the board sometimes. That kind of gave him a little bit more shit than I would have liked, but... Yeah, it almost just always favors you when you're in the losing position like that, because it's just gonna wreak havoc on the board for better or for worse. So fucking stupid. So we legitimately should deserve to win that one. I just almost wish you could do it again because it's so good. But no, he'll have some crazy bullshit to still last it out somehow. Seems you gotta end it kind of quick now. Just summon something big. Maybe like a fucking Ysera type of thing, dude. We get Lyra the Sun Shard to save us, of course. You play Sun Shard plus spells plus get a heal, get another heal from the heal that you got. Why not just play around the warrior playing Explore and Goro into Lyra the Sun Shard, of course. Why not, dude? Discover a location from the future. Maybe do this just to okay, even if he brawls or whatever, like we're just going in. Battle cries trigger twice, draw 2 cards, swap their cost, choose a friendly minion. I mean, that's just good to get more Explore and Goro stuff going on here. How must he feel how the tables turn? Like the game favored him 100%, and we somehow get to this point. We somehow heal through it. It's just very unlikely for that to actually happen. As we're playing for our life too with this deck, because we're only going to get one chance, like I said. But look how long these games can go on for. This game will take the whole fucking episode. Okay, that's only mildly disturbing. We have so much stuff on the board it almost doesn't matter. You could let me discover a Yogg. I mean, that can happen. Yeah, I'll do that twice. I'll get rid of this guy. I will... That probably wasn't the greatest way to actually do that, but okay. I have a decent health pool, and I have a decent capability to summon taunts and stuff. His hand's kind of burnt out. I wouldn't say his deck is very good, but this is just bronze 10 to be clear. Not that it necessarily has to be. You would never know. This game could have worse matchups than PvZ Heroes in the sense that you'd be playing a legend player and you wouldn't even know it. Let's see what he can do with his magnificent board presence here. Truly an unbelievable and spectacular game. Only thing that can make it better is another Yogg, because of course it would stack here in terms of all the shit we've done since then. Yogg is just such a strange thing that I don't even really like it that much as a card, because it is too random even for my taste. But keep going with taunts. Gonna mill myself out like a clown that I am. Go for high cost stuff. You can adapt, stealth, whatever. I'm just kind of doing random stuff, but I just want this guy to remember what it felt like to lose this game to me. The one and only game we might have played, the first game I play of the day, of the week. This is what you get, dude. We're an actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Fucking protagonist to be doing this shit. Surely he won't get anything to be able to deal with this, dude. Give me like a fucking defile and kill 8 things in a row and end up hitting that 8 times and killing me like that, which I did to somebody in like arena or something at one point, right, where you just wouldn't expect it to happen like that. But I should have done it with Leroy. Let's try to get an honorable kill too, even in that sense. How the fuck do I only get a couple ranks though in the whole month of playing if I am winning spectacular games like that? I guess that is the exception though. I almost want to do a long stream of the season of whatever. I keep calling it season of change, season of discovery, but I just simply don't have the time, so I don't know what I can do with it. Stay up all night and do that shit, I guess, but I would want to do a substantial episode of this at least. So let's take a look at... Okay, this is fine. I mean, you don't even really want that. You gotta go on a good streak with it now after that spectacular win. And I mean, I'll always count it even if that guy was toying with me, although it didn't seem like it. You know, it's like, you gotta take what you can get because it can be so unfair sometimes. Not that these should be the most cutting-edge matchups ever, but it kind of makes the matchups epic because it is so lopsided. Like, you're not exactly playing with a full deck, as they say. You would have never guessed that this game could have been so good and so complex, only having 30 cards in the deck. I mean, even when I first started playing it, I was kind of nervous about that. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! At least had 40 to 60 cards, and there's some flexibility there. 30 is a very questionable number, but it did work. Blizzard was just so unbelievable. Like, any genre they did, they could make it a success. Warcraft 3 is one of the best RTS games ever. You know, Diablo is considered one of the best games in its genre. WoW is one of the best, if not the best MMO ever, certainly in its original state. Hearthstone is one of the best card games ever. Heroes of the Storm is one of the worst games ever of the genre, apparently. That was their one major failure. Overwatch is one of the best games of that kind, though. Like, there's just such a sense of... It's not even me being a Blizzard fanboy. It's like, I don't even like Diablo games. I shit all over them, but... You know, you have to just give credit where credit is due. Like, they somehow managed... Like, they're like Rareware. Rareware made Perfect Dark, and that's one of the best first-person shooters ever, and GoldenEye, and they make whatever, Killer Instinct or something that's one of the best fighting games ever. Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie, some of the best platformers ever, adventure games, you know, like Super Mario 64 style stuff. Like, everything they did was just gold, and it was sad to see them kind of go and turn into something else and kind of just die out, basically, but... nuts and bolts, one of the best, whatever the fuck the genre is ever, par building simulators. So you'd have to do that, and this is a waste actually. I could do Ungoro, but I kind of want to wait. If not for Yogg, then for something else, maybe Elise. Elise is nice here because, you know, you're kind of making up for the fact that you have nothing else in your deck, and that you're only going to be getting one of those Discover cards per turn, so obviously it's good. I mean, that's like saying Elise is good no matter what, though. You get 5 free cards, so how could that not be good value? You try to overdraw yourself a little bit like that. Let's just do that instead. I'm ready to do Ungoro, but it's just not letting me. Yeah, I just don't have that kind of energy. Like, oh, you know, I should stay up all night and just do that shit. I don't know. I don't have it in me these days.
My shield for Argus.
It gets to the point where it's like almost not even fun. Like, I could do it, but then I don't even enjoy it. You know, it's one thing. Okay, it was always a good contrast. Okay, there we go. It was always a good thing. Like, I would do things like really slow and methodical, like, oh, I could do an RP series, or like I'm reading all the quest text and like I'm really soaking it all in, right? So that makes it feel worthwhile for me, and I enjoy doing things that way. But the problem is that you feel like you can't do that as much if you don't have as much time. So I could either choose not to do things that way, or I could choose to, you know, either not do them at all or just do them in sort of a faster way. So I'd rather do it, I'd rather just not do it than to do it quickly and change my natural style of doing things. People seem so shocked by that sometimes when you do that. Like, you're just playing it the way you want to play it, or the way that you would play like off stream, right? I don't do things differently necessarily because of that. If anything, I just do it more focused. Like, I commit to a series more, and I'm more likely to actually finish something that I start if I do it in like a set schedule on stream. Whereas off stream, I would just kind of meander and end up never doing something. But the reality is that you're basically in a position where you feel like, are you serious? You know, you could play something fully blind and just take your time and soak it all in, and people are so impatient, and Zerg and Zoomer and this and that. Like, that's their expectation of what everybody should do. It doesn't matter how, you know, if you want to do that, fine, but like, why do you have to play like that? Just stop and smell the roses, or whatever you want to call it. And again, the argument there would be, well, people don't have that kind of time. But I'm even showing you an example of, okay, somebody who doesn't have time, but if I'm going to do something, I'll take my time with it. And I'm not saying other people have to do that, but that's just how I like to do it. I mean, but it seems to come as such a shock, as if like nobody does that, and everybody's always trying to prove something or speed run something. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. I love how every game I play has some kind of a fucking chess reference. I saw something on the news today, like about some really good chess player in school or something. I don't know why that was just randomly some topic of discussion. People are going to realize at some point, like, chess is just outdated. There's just so many more interesting games you can play today. Why would you even give a shit? It is romanticized, I feel like, unduly, even by people like me, I always thought more highly of it until I actually saw it. It's like never meet your heroes, never, you know, really fully explore your something that you have high value for, basically. Then you realize it wasn't all that, and it just is a time sink. Doesn't mean it's bad or illegitimate, but something is just not right about it. I don't know. It's not all that it would be made out to be. We would get Yogg-Saron here in terms of being able to actually clear the board, hopefully. I don't feel that I played really as many spells this time, but yeah, imagine this if you didn't have the 0 cost thing, then it'd be even shittier than what it actually is. The last game was so spectacular, I should have a better amount of faith that I can actually do this one. You might say that I should just play in casual mode, but I guess I always am anyway. You know, just because we're using like casual shit that's gonna make us feel so bad anyway. But I just don't find that as fun for some reason. Like, these decks won't be that good necessarily, but it'll at least feel more of an authentic experience. Maybe that sometimes feels too easy, or it still could just be a waste of time for whatever extent that you do want to rank up too. Not that you get very far with these shitty decks, but doesn't mean that fun decks always have to be shitty. But you probably missed something there that you could have done anyway. But what? Damn, even without playing that exactly the right way. Well, let's just do Zinazari then. I guess that's good enough. Let's look at there. Yeah, it makes you realize how hard it is to RP when I go from that one series, the Hunter one, to the new one now, like with Season of Discovery. I don't know what it was. Like, something just came over me that one. It was because I guess I had so much riding on that one. Like, this might be my last time ever playing WoW, and ever doing a permanent run of it, and ever doing a series of it, and ever playing it on stream. And so I really tried to make that one count.
Versus Valera.
And then I died to a fucking Theramore Preserver, dude.
I will show no mercy.
This, you're looking for the 1 card and 1 card only, which is Zinazari, but you also want Lorthamar. I don't really care as much about Vandar. So if I get those 2 cards alone, explore Zinazari, or I mean the Fires of Zinazari. That's always what I would call the deck with both of them in there, like explore the Fires of Zinazari. So you're trying to, you know, whatever, combine Explore and Goro with that. Not that they really work together, but that you're doing one or the other to make sure that you're doing some sort of transformative card on your deck.
Most excellent.
You're halfway there, but then Lorthamar can sometimes cuck you a little bit. Malchezaar totally baited me in the last month because I tried to make him for that format, and then it just didn't work. So when I go to craft him in the twist mode, it lets me do it, and it doesn't say anything's wrong. But as soon as he's in there, then it says, oh, he's banned. Right? I'm looking in the same format criteria as I'm going to do it.
Mistakes were made.
I suppose I should thank you.
Literally like 1 rank per episode is the capability, which in some senses isn't even my fault, because even if you're winning every game, right, it can take so long to do it. Okay, so we're ready to go. Right, that's the dream come true start.
Incredible.
Fight on, friend.
So this could be very fun. And this could actually be really good too in and of itself, as long as I maintain some semblance of board control and just survive through the early game. We're gonna start playing 5-mana 2020s pretty shortly. What you need from them is some kind of effects, like Antique Heal Bot's actually a pretty good pickup, even though it's the lowest cost of anything you could possibly get, 5 instead of up to 10. Just the fact that it gives you a heal or anything that's going to be a taunt, heal, destruction of something on the board, effect, AoE, like anything just effect based that would make up for not having any spells or any utility cards at all. Okay, that's one of the shittiest things you could possibly get. Poorly statted, relies on the effect. Summon a minion from your deck. Okay. Divine Shield Rush. Okay, that one's actually not actually that bad. We can coin out Lortham our next turn, so maybe I'll just do that. Hopefully what you get from that isn't that good. And it's not, and even anti-mills me.
Mistakes were made.
Most excellent.
Or you can still flip it back, presumably, but... I mean, hey, you're just gonna give me more 10-10s to play, but... I haven't been this excited for a 5-mana 10-10 since Gigantosaurus and Magic the Gathering. That is like my answer to a drunk stream. I wouldn't need to do that. I just need to do just do a half asleep stream. All these titles of mine over time that are pretty good if you look at them in retrospect. Like, ever seen somebody play Hearthstone? Ever seen somebody half asleep play Hearthstone? Oh right, it's 2023. Skull emoji. That one's just so overused that it becomes sort of a meme for that reason alone. Like, everybody just uses it for everything. End every sentence with a skull. So that's pretty good overkill. See, the whole trick to this position is just if you can stay alive. So my position isn't bad, so that means I probably should win now, unless his deck is absolutely broken, which it might be.
Everybody, pose for the camera.
His deck is still predicated on the game lasting too long, so you'd have to deal with my board time and time and time again, which might be difficult for you to do, but then again, your board is pretty formidable. And that was quite the turn. But you do get these. Oh fuck! I forgot to do it. You do get these incredible Yu-Gi-Oh-esque plays, like where it's just some god tier. I'm playing the Divine Serpent, infinite attack, and all this kind of shit. So now if you can't deal with these, like you're dealing with a fucking literal boss battle out here. It's just so satisfying, even if it doesn't work, even if it's not that good. Although in some vague sense it's decent. It's just too slow to get there. And even if you were trying to do this, there's probably far more efficient ways to guarantee that same interaction, but out of all my gimmick decks, it's actually not as bad as most of them are. Raise your hand with 4 cards, swap back next turn. I wonder what the pace is going to be though with that. Like, how long would it be before they increase the level cap on Season of Discovery, since everybody's such a zoomer spurg, like just trying to go through everything so quickly all the time. He's getting all desperate and trying to do everything at once, but it may not matter that much because, you know, this is a little bit problematic for sure. I can get rid of a lot of his shit though still. Unfortunately not that though. I could literally hit you in the face for 16 though. And that would be stupid, but that's kind of the spot we're in where... Okay, dude. Maybe calling my bluff that I wouldn't have any removal because all I'm going to have is minions, but I could have had some, I guess, from before. Opponent takes 2 turns, I can't afford that. Kind of a tough turn, I don't know. That would be suicide because I just can't do anything. That was a suitably not very aggressive move. It's possible you could somehow kill me with this, although I don't think so. I mean, and you probably would be more inclined to play defensively, but I could have gotten him down to like 6, which is kind of sad that I wouldn't be able to finish him there. Just letting me have an 8 attack Wind Fury to the face, like it's no big deal. And life steal, like all this kind of utility stuff. That is amazing. Just how it all comes together with no rhyme or reason or synergy, but just somehow it can work. Just on the raw value of it, although that turn was pretty weak. Just because I was so, what the fuck is going on, dude? But his board is just too good every time. Like, what the fuck, man? I dealt with that pretty well before, but now I just can't. I won't be able to play 2 of them at once here either, so I would need literally like Deathwing or something. Oh, Nexia. Bro, the lowest cost card, which is still going to be a 5 cost thing. Oh, dude. If I had done the Wind Fury play, would that not have been enough? Because he would have done down to 6. Oh, come on, bro. That's so dumb. I should have took my chance and just killed him there. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, he has enough. Yeah, I'd almost be inclined to try something else here. Yes, whatever, dude. I should have expected that we would have gotten a 16-16 King Crush, of course. That's the right way to play it. So stupid. Wanted Kingpin Pud. I don't even know what that is or what that has to do with anything. I guess we could go try to do something else, but I don't know. We just wasted a lot of dust last time on the whole Malchezaar fiasco and then realizing I can't use it, but we could do Whizbang, we could fuck around with something to do with the Demon Hunter, almost just as an excuse to use that Omen thing. Or I could try Whizbang or somebody else. Or I could keep rotating between these, I guess. Since there's not a lot else I really care to do right now. Let me think. Give it another shot. So I'm going to keep going until I lose with each of these. Little mini permadeath round robin, even though it's not really permadeath. It's just... I was doing that with the game modes. Like, oh, you do battlegrounds, arenas, duels, whatever. And like you play each one until you lose, or if you don't get like top 3 in battlegrounds, you can't, if you do, you do it again. If you don't, you have to move on to the next game mode for that episode. If you don't get at least 7 wins in arena, right, you can't do another one. If you don't win X number of duels, I forget. I still don't even know what the max number of wins in that is, because I never saw past like a couple. I assume it's like 7 or 12. Yeah, I never liked Battlegrounds as a mode very much, just the auto-battler aspect. It's even called that, so fun and interactive, also automatic. Kind of a contradiction. We have Explore and Goro. It's usually not worth it to play it at the very beginning, but maybe I should just to see it. But you want to have more stuff in your hand is the point. Or more to the point, you want Yogg just for the fun of it. Can't even play this game without a skull emoji dead meme here. Kyrie Irving posted that classic Vine or whatever it was. Man, I'm dead. Haha, man, I'm dead. And then he lays down and then he has a candle there like he's actually dead. Like with a picture of his family or something. The state of content in the 2020s. Or that was probably before, obviously, too. Kyrie seems to get a kick out of just trolling people, though. Like, you know, why do people give a shit what he thinks, like, oh, the earth is flat or something? You know, he just does it probably to troll people. Even if he genuinely does think that, like, who cares? You know, why does it affect anything? Everybody always wants to make a big drama out of everything. They should make an MMO of this card game. It would be pretty good, eh? They should make a single-player RTS game. Oh wait, that'll never happen because of the stupid MMO that I just talked about. We have World of Warcraft at home. World of Warcraft at home. This game. But actually pretty damn good. Or like the Warcraft TCG, which I've never played. But, you know, there's all these cool little like custom deck maker things online. Like you can do, you know, Disney Lorcana and stuff like that. All you're basically doing is putting the images of the card into it and letting you play against other people. I forget the name of it, but there's a lot of things like that where you can just do that. That would be your best way of playing Warcraft TCG because you can't actually physically play it, or it wouldn't be worth it. Or again, if I was a big streamer, I might have the connections to be able to do that, and I would single-handedly revive the Warcraft TCG because it's actually probably pretty good, I would assume. It might be better than Hearthstone, which would be kind of sad. So the only reason it would have failed is because of the inconvenience of the physical cards, not because of the lack of quality of the game. And the only reason why this would have succeeded is because of how convenient it is, not because the game is really that good. So that's sadly legitimate incentive behind it. And even I have to say that does interest me a little more. Like, I'm not really a big, as much as I love card games, I'm not always the biggest fan of getting cards or doing the physical stuff in real life either. Please don't burn Yogg here. I don't mind even just playing Yogg if you just let me do it, dude. This is just a nightmare scenario where it takes so fucking long to get there that any remotely decent deck would have already whooped your ass by now because you're just way too slow paced. It doesn't even have to be an aggro deck. It could just be anything that's actually reasonable. I stalk, too much information, bro. Or that could be a pun built into it, but it's actually not really intended. I stalk, as in an I that's stalking you, or it's like Cthulhu admitting, like, I stalk you all around the world with my little tentacles that are, you know, watching you through the ground or whatever.
Welcome to the Grand Tournament, champion.
Why the fuck are these people randomly using Justicar? Is it the same guy? Damn, Yogg just won't show himself here, huh? If your deck has no duplicates, draw it. I guess I didn't even notice that, or I forgot that that was even a thing, but I don't even really want that to happen, though. And of course it wouldn't happen because you would have a ton of duplicates with the fucking whatever.
Hey, give me a minute.
Keep digging for the guy, man. He's just not gonna come out. There we go. My health board position is still okay enough to survive this, but it's not really what I want.
Shelters us.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me too much. Cthulhu is such a boring, insular kind of interaction, like where it's so specific. You know, it's one of the worst designed things in the game because it's so... You can make a million things like that. Like these cards just interact with these cards and have very specific synergy, which there is a lot of stuff like that in every card game, but it's just not particularly inspired. Best kind of design is like where it's useful in various situations or all the time or something like that. Like the worst case scenario, we've had a couple unlucky outcomes with that today.
I have an axe to grind.
I must remain hidden to remain free.
Or yeah, like the wherever it is card text kind of defeats the purpose of a card game. Then what the fuck is the point of it being in your hand or on the board or anywhere if it's like wherever it is? It gets value no matter what, so what does it matter? I mean, that's your best bet here. I don't think I played really that many things though. Fuck. Come on, clear the board, clear the board, clear the board. Fucking why can't you take that? Come on, you're doing useless spells for once now. I always praise how you're always so reliable on... You're getting like all the wrong interactions though too. Fuck. Yeah, so much for doing Season of Discovery. I barely have energy to even do this shit, dude. That'd be a sick way to win. Man, we had the sickest way to win ever like the last game if I'd gone facing King Crush would have actually been enough to kill him. Maybe we'll do like one more with the Zinazari if I can even fucking stay awake long enough to do that. Let's see. I don't know. I hate doing things like this where it feels kind of like whatever, but it's fine for now. I wouldn't necessarily do that back in the day either. Like I would stream for a lot longer periods of time, but I wouldn't necessarily do like overnight streams or 24-hour streams. I would still just do it like all the way throughout the day, and it was kind of a laid back experience. It's hard to explain, but there was kind of a nice vibe to it. Like you could do it all day, but you're still doing other things. You're still whatever, taking breaks, going AFK. So you're kind of just doing it like it's just a part of life rather than some sort of outward effort or a contrived thing or like a job or like a career. Not that it was at all, because I wasn't, getting anything out of it like that way. It was just a fun thing to do. I don't know. You could try one more of these, I guess. Yeah, that first one was pretty epic and unlikely. Now, priests are almost a dream come true with this because you are trying to last out a certain amount of time. If you just want Lorthamar, you're probably going to get the other thing no matter what anyway. The Explorer's in Azari because you have... Okay, so that's good. That's good. Just want to see the interaction actually play out, and if you can still beat me, then that's fine. Which that one rogue did do, which was very surprising. So that's cute, not really a big deal. If all the spells in your deck are shadow, enter shadow form. One of the coolest visual things in all of WoW, especially classic WoW, just seeing a priest in shadow form, and even just seeing it in the context of being able to, you know, be on a mountain and stuff. Why did that do 3 before? Right, like I was trying to get the card out of it and it just killed something with 3 health in like the last game. Must have had spell damage from somewhere. Of course, isn't that how it works in WoW? Like where you have spell damage as a warrior and it'll affect all your melee abilities like shield bash and stuff. I don't like some of this stuff that breaks the fourth wall either, as much as this game is, oh, it's just for fun and this and that. Like Leroy being actually put in there, and it almost makes a mockery of its own universe. It's not taking itself seriously. Everything's just like a little one-off thing or done just for a joke or not really immersion purposes. Really that complicated to move on turn 3, dude? Okay, dude, you're just gonna put me to sleep. So what you can do is you can try to get to the point where you play Lorthamar, then just try to go off some of these sexy values, or maybe I'll just win like this.
Let the pain speak to me.
So that he just gave up an AFK out after witnessing my superior skill. Why even bother playing? This of course would apply to basically anything. 5 mana, 8/8, dormant for 2 turns. When it awakens, reduce the cost of all dragons in your hand by 4.
Bring the pain.
You get like 5 wins in the whole fucking month, and one of them would be like this, probably. It's so weird how they reused the Goro thing. It almost encouraged me to do the same, like where I'm replaying as these decks, even though I thought last time would be the last time. How you doing?
We dragons will sing for
Okay, please don't come back, and we should be good. Win this game. And we still didn't get to really show off the Lorthamar interaction that I wanted, but... For the 15 armor, gain charge.
For a master tactician, this is nothing.
Job done.
Oh shit, just do that and now come back to clown me. As priests can be very prone to do. It was the Shadow Priest that I beat to get my first ever Wild Legend title. and the same like how long it took to, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, these decks are pretty fun. I'm almost addicted a little bit to Zinazari. It's very, very fun. And actually not as bad as you might think. Okay, see you tomorrow.